can they expect harassment or abuse either internally or externally from client?
Obviously, that's a part and parcel of it. AI will not replace anybody. AI will help you work better. Whoever doesn't adapt to AI will never grow.
Creativity of people is getting lost for someone who want to join in sales.
We let go about 300-350 people on the pre-sales side of it. Self-respect to be there. If that self-respect is not there, I'll move ahead with some other company.
AI, because AI seems to be everywhere, right? From the food to everything it is. So, do you think it can replace on sales?
Like, see, I would believe in this. AI will not replace anybody. AI will help you work better. Okay.
What are you saying? But people are getting thousands of people are getting layoff and everything.
Okay, I'll tell you. I'm coming to the point of that. See, I know the layoffs, people losing the jobs are literally. See, it is not a literal meaning of getting jobs away. Before, to make a website, right? You need somebody to design, develop, and launch. Right? You need 2-3 people has to work on it and kind of develop it, test it, and launch it. So here, what happens is we before had a lot of cost on it. Let's say you hire a developer, graphic designer, a logo maker, a back-end developer, a tester, then you launch it with a proper product manager or whatever. So the entire cost of the company, consider it as some 5 lakh rupees, right? But in AI, you don't need the 10-15 people to do that. You just need 2 people, right? One can handle the prompting, the other can handle the testing, right? A prompter can able to build everything for you, starting from creating a logo, designing, publishing, everything. And the tester is somebody who will check if whatever the AI has done is right or wrong, and put it out for you. So the number of people is getting reduced. That's it. But
that is getting away.
Are you the one who is adapting it? Whoever doesn't adapt to AI will never grow. So a salesperson also should adapt to the AI and take it forward from there. For example, in sales, I want to say what I'm doing in last 1-2 years, and for my team also. Let's say, for example, I have a dump data, right? Consider that I have an Excel format where I have about 10,000 odd data points, right? Last 6 months or 10 months data. If I ask somebody to summarize me or put me a thought of pivot or give me an idea of what is happening in the data, somebody would say, give me 4-5 hours, I'll sit down, do it, pivot it, put filters, then get into a summary and make a proper document to me and send it to me later after a day. But now I can do it within minutes. Right? Just download the file, put it into a chat GPT.
So that is what I'm asking you.
Anywhere. And you get everything.
That person's work, this AI is doing, correct?
No, not. That person's entire work is not doing AI. But somebody has to validate that. Who will do that? For example, I have a business analyst who does for me this. Create dashboards, right? The AI is creating a dashboard. But who is checking if the dashboard is right or wrong? I cannot sit and check.
Okay.
So see here, the role is still there, but the role is defined in such a way that you have to do others.
The role is still there, but the SOP of a role or the content of a role is getting restrained, right? For example, I'll say
it is asked to do something else. For example, the business analyst now to be more as a business analyst plus you should also validator. I mean, business validator most likely. Right? You should also validate. See, I mean, AI clearly says it's still evolving every possible day, right?
I don't understand what you're saying. Even I agree on that too. But on the world, what is happening in the world, you can see it, right? Like how many people are falling down on it. You're saying that it is not replacing anyone's work.
It will replace somebody's work who doesn't have a target, who doesn't have any necessity at at the workplace. Uh, a graphic designer who is giving you a logo in one day, now he can't able to give you in 15-20 minutes, then he will be in the back end. So he has to see the AI will help you to reduce the time. That's it.
No, I totally understand
belief.
because even I'm using AI and for the works and everything. So here, what I'm asking is whether it is actually a debateful topic. What we are
For
speaking
example, in my organization, we eliminated about, I mean, I can't use the word, I mean, we let go about 300-350 people on the pre-sales side of it. Why? Because we launched our AI, we partnered with some AI tool where the AI tool can do that calling and everything automated through a platform, right? So which means, so we had a lot of fixed costs there. What the telecaller would do is, you get a lead in the form or a sheet, you contact that person and collect the details, which is basic details, not more than that.
that is AI is doing.
So which means that is a very basic task. That basic task AI can do. So if that individual is only doing this forever, where he is not improved his skill more than that, that person will be replaced obviously.
But obviously, it is getting replaced, right? Obviously, it is. On the broader look, yes, it is replaced. Might be the case like the recent changes. And moreover, I feel on AI,
I think sales won't be replaced. The additional to the sales can be replaced.
maybe, yeah.
For example, a pre-sales, marketing aspect of it, or any sort of a tool usage, right? All this, it will make the salesperson to work better only. It will not make the otherwise, is what I feel.
Okay. But normally, if I take AI, yeah, it is useful. But somewhere I feel that it is like, the creativity of people is getting lost. Because you always go with AI, right? What it is giving you, it is sensitizing you on this.
Of course, yes. It is still not a human, right? So the emotional angle is still not there.
But we are humans and we have that emotional thing. But have you seen that? See, in creative industry, because we are all in creative industry. Whatever things before AI, we used to think a lot. We used to give something on the brain, and then it comes out really well. Okay, wow, this is. But nowadays, just on the click, it is coming, and my mind is.
You might not have a self-satisfaction for sure.
For someone who want to join in sales, okay, or management, sales, or marketing, BD, can they expect harassment or abuse, either internally or externally from client?
See, obviously that's a part and parcel of it, because the system is defined in such a way that at some point you have to take a blame game, right? So internally or externally, right? Internally within the management, within your team, within your structure of how your manager treating it to you, externally how customers treating to you, because you are the forefront of both internal and an external face, right, for the brand. I'll try to differentiate both, right? So when I talk about the external challenges, right?
Okay.
When you handle customers, what kind of harassment you largely get is where you would start taking blame for every issue happens in the process of getting the work done for them.
Okay.
So particularly with respect to our segment, right? So with respect to interiors is concerned, where the sales would ideally do a great job onboarding the customer, giving all the information about the product and service. But somewhere in the design phase, somewhere operations, execution, installation point of it, the respective stakeholders would not be the proper channel of communication, right? Wherever there is a miscommunication happens, misalignments happens,
It is kind of taking a blame for someone else.
Taking a blame on you, and customer coming back to you and with their aggressive node of response, they would abuse you sometimes, right? So we cannot go back and do the same.
Have you
because
got
we
those
are
kind
there.
of abuse?
No, of course we would, because
Like, which
as
one?
we are into sales, we should take that.
Okay. So whenever I asked you something like which one your mind shoots, which scenario? Can you just elaborate something?
Yeah, see, I won't say. The customers would always come to this kind of situation when they are in the extreme stage of it, right? So, we cannot just jump into and say the same back to them. For example, you consider a customer. There are a lot of cases, right? So if I take one example, a customer is investing a very large sum into interiors.
Correct.
For example, a 50 lakh, 60 lakh into interiors, it's a very big amount,
Correct.
right? So when a 50 lakh product is not coming out well for them, so they will get into that aggression of dissatisfaction on the product, right? So at that point of time, they trigger to let go, the vent it out immediately.
Correct.
So they immediately come back on a point of contact, right, which is a salesperson. So though first they try to reach the respective spark would not respond. So when somebody doesn't respond, that will pile up to the next level.
Correct.
Right. So that person coming back to us because his ego is already hurt because somebody is not responding. So he come back to the salesperson and he started, because sales as a ethics normally, I built it. I think most of the sales team would have built on this, where the fundamental thing in sales is you have to respond
Okay.
to anybody,
Okay.
irrespective of choice of what kind of a conversation it is. It's a basic principle that you should communicate and respond, right? So when the person picks up the call, talks about it, so the customer takes the entire anger on the salesperson,
Okay.
right? Because the things are not happening, nothing is there, you guys are not doing any work and all that.
So now I am so curious whether you're gonna say that you'll be a shield holder in this stage also, or how is it? Whether you'll be what?
See, we would support our employees first, then the customers. But equally, how the conversation is. Let's say conversation is very aggressive, but still respectful. That's kind of a conversation we still go back to and solve it within the internal team, because the mistake is ours. If the mistake is still us,
Understood.
but we still have a compensation for that, because every company has the terms and conditions to it. If any delay happens, they get a delay compensation.
Okay.
But nobody take that to an extent of abuse, right? So you have an authority because you have a product. It doesn't mean that you take abusive for an individual.
Correct.
Right? So because that is a self-respect for somebody, and you cannot be very abusive about it. If that is the scale that anything is going on, we would obviously support the individual of an employee and we will go against the customer. There are situations that we even send email about that you should not get abusive, you should apologize to the person who was involved and all that.
That's good to know that.
So,
Normally,
majority
organization won't do that. Yeah, they
right?
just want the feedback. So if again organization is backing up all the employees, then the feedback.
But again, here, if your management is very much culturally defined for you, if the management itself is making fault in this, then the other side of it is coming into 2x for you. For example, in the management perspective, you want to say, let's say for example, I am a manager for somebody, right? It's just that you're not doing your numbers for a couple of months, right? Because of certain reasons, probably your personal things affecting your official metrics or the performance and all that. You've seen that person for a year or more than that also, right? But there are situations where you became more abusive to the person, right? You are certainly targeting that person in the common forum. In your reviews, you being more aggressive and abusive, right, to the individual. That would also not a right thing to say. But again, as a salesperson, when I was individual contributor, where I was not holding much on it, there are a lot of abuse that I also took. So based on that, I have evolved to a position that I should not do the same thing.
Yeah, if everyone are doing like this, then I think things will be going really good, right? So obviously the abusing and harassments will be there. We can expect. So people you wanted to come into this zone, definitely you can expect. Well,
but how do you deal with it is important. Are you taking it too personal would leave you from a job?
even I want to ask you that, like, if you can't leave that, this is a professional, no one can differentiate 100% saying that no, that is my professional and this is my life. The mind is a single thing, right? It does go into a mind, and then morning, and when you're starting with this and everything, things are getting like, influential towards like all the mood of your day. So how do you do that?
So, I mean, we have to pass it on. I mean, it's not everybody will become a Virat Kohli, right? Because probably they converted their passion into a business. But not every passion would go the way that you want it. For example, you have a very much passion in doing something in a career of a sport, but you know that sport would not give you the money that expected, and you lead to something else. So, which means somebody's creative passion or these kind of segments moving towards an earning potential of it, of your family dependencies and all that, to a place where you are being as a work. I mean, you've been employed. There, I don't think you have 100%. I mean, control over your likes and dislikes, right? If you like it or dislike it, at some point you have to accept it. That's where you are there. Probably where, for example, if let's say my manager abused me, right? But is that abuse came up with an accident? Probably he would also been triggered because of the pressure that he's getting it from the top.
Or
And
it is
at that
intentional.
situation that he kind of slipped his tongue, then it's fine. I don't mind, because if he come back and say feel sorry for it and say it to me, I would not mind. But if the perspective itself has changed to the manager, right? He's thinking that I'm not liking this guy, I'm not aligning this guy to the extent that I wanted. I want to see some other replacement there. So it is just a push towards an exit. Then it's better that you take a call. Go back and say, okay, thank you so much. I need my self-respect to be there.
Understood.
If that self-respect is not there, I'll move ahead with some other company.
Understood.